Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Friday. And so today for our Christmas card, we're going to be doing a couple different techniques. The first technique is one that I am in love with. It's totally unusual. So let's get started today. Okay, so today we are going to be using the Tiny Christmas Trees die. So this die is so cute. It's tons of little Christmas trees. And it was on sale. It was actually, I think it was 20% off. I don't think it's available anymore. So if you have one, lucky you. It's awesome. And it's a single die that comes, you can check and see. It's 162114. Check and see if it's available. It was $29 and then it was on sale, I think for $23. So this die is so cute. So what I did with this die was there's different things you can do with it, right? You can put adhesive sheets on the back of cardstock, and then when you run it through, all these little trees that fall away will have adhesive on the back. Okay, there's one thing. And then if you run these through your die, you're going to end up with this piece. Hang on a second. This piece, right? So you can do a lot with this. You can put red behind it. You can put foil behind it. You can cut pieces of this off, make strips of it. So cute. So you're going to end up with these left over. So it depends on how you want to use them. You can either use the little trees or you can use this piece. Okay, so I have a piece of white cardstock. This is 4 1/4 by 11. This is thick white cardstock. So I scored it at 5 1/2. That's the start of my card. Okay, and now for the cool technique. So what I did was I cut out the trees, and I cut the trees out of 3 different cardstocks. This is soft sea foam, and this one is Granny Apple Green, and this one is Shaded Spruce. Thought those 3 kind of went together well. So I have these left over. I'm not going to use these on my card today, actually. I'm going to use the little pieces that fell away. So I have my silicone craft sheet here, and I have all the little pieces of the trees. Okay, and don't ask me why I kept them separate. I just did because that's how I roll. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle these out. Okay, so you could mix them all together if you want. And I'm just going to sprinkle them out onto my silicone craft sheet. Kind of try to, make them so they're not overlapping, if you can. Okay, so you can do these with other things. If you don't have this die and you're like, oh, Travis, I don't have this die. I wish I did. Can't do this. You can do it. You can do it with little circles. You can do it with anything tiny. I think that's good for now. Now I'm going to take the Granny Apple Green, do the same thing, spread these out. Okay, gets a little harder because they start overlapping, which is fine. It's okay if they overlap, but I think it looks cuter when they don't. So I'm trying to spread them out a little bit. So here we are. 10 days from Christmas. Wow. And I've had a hard time this year buying gifts. I mean, it's been really a struggle. I've got 3 grandsons and they are getting older, and was so much easier when they were young. Buying toys was so much easier. Okay, now this is the Shaded Spruce. So I'm just going to sprinkle a few of these around. One fell on the floor. I'll find that probably around Valentine's Day. Anyway, like a couple of them are into sports. One of them is not. The youngest one is not into sports. So I actually got him some different kinds of things, which were easier because he's only 5. So that made it a little easier for him. But oh my gosh, it's tough. I wanted to get him a bike, but, do you want a bike in the winter? My daughter's like, well, that might be a good birthday gift because then he could ride it. I'm like, yeah, that's true. Okay, so now it's looking pretty good. They're spread out pretty well. And now I am going to bring in, do I have enough color in there? I think I do. I'll put a couple more here. Put this one in here. So it obviously doesn't matter which direction they're going. And I've done this with dots, and it is so cute with this little circles. And we actually have a die that punches out a whole bunch of little circles. So that works out well. Okay, so that looks good. Now I have my masking tape. So this is clear not masking tape, shipping tape, clear. Heavy duty I got. I don't know why. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and this is the tricky part, I am going to take my shipping tape and lay it down, and look how it starts to pick up everything. All my little plan sometimes doesn't work because the electricity in my clothes will actually, my clothes will actually make them fly up before I'm ready for them to. Okay, so I'm going to tear this off. Okay, so now I have my shipping tape. Why do I keep saying masking tape? I have it sticking straight up, sticky side up. And I'm going to try to move some of these around. Stick these down all around. And you know what works good is take your pick tool, which I have right here next to me, but I'm not using it. Duh. Okay, so I'm making sure these are sticking. Now, there's two things you can do now. You can put another layer on top, okay? And here's a cool thing you can do with it if you do that way. You can make bookmarks. If you want to enclose all of these, right, you can make some cute bookmarks. I'll add a few more here. They are sealed in there, and it's adorable. Okay, I think that's good. I don't want it too many. I think that's perfect. Okay, because I want a little sticky to be left on the paper. So in between all of these is sticky tape, and I want to keep it that way because I want a little bit of sticky so it sticks to my paper. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this. I could use the little scissors, the little thing there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go with that. Okay, get rid of that. All right, put a couple of these last couple on here. Okay, now we're going to take our cardstock, and I'm going to trim this off straight as I can, just like that. Take my card and stick this down. Okay, so I'm going to line it up at the top. And some of these are hanging over, so I'm not too thrilled about that. I don't know if that matters. Does that matter? Kind of does bug me a little bit. No, I'm not going to let it worry me. Okay, so I'm going to stick it. I'm not going to stick it all the way to the end. I'm going to stick it up a little higher. Okay. Look. So now I'm just going to take these that are sticking over, and I'm going to trim them off because I don't like them there. I want it straight on the edges. Does that make sense? I should have done that before I stuck it down, but I'm going to end up with partial trees, and that's okay. This is going to be worth it when you see it done. Actually, I got another one here, and then I don't want there. Pull that one out. There we go. Didn't want that one there. Can stick this one in maybe. No. Once these are stuck down, they are really stuck down. So keep that in mind, because the shipping tape does not like to be lifted. Love that. I like the straight edge. I don't like the overhang. I want the straight edge. Okay, perfect. Now, trim off the end. And voila. Oh, isn't that so cute? Okay, now bear in mind, you can do this year round without trees, but with the other little items, right? Anything tiny. The cool thing though is that this die cuts out all these trees at once, so it's super easy to do that part. Okay, so let's finish our card now. I am going to add a little piece of gold. Okay, I'm thinking it needs just a little piece of gold on this side, so I'm going to fishtail this. Kind of have this in my head, how I wanted it to look. Have that. All right, so that's the Distress Gold Designer Series paper. That is in the, I think that's in the annual catalog, pretty sure. It was gone for a while, but it's back. Okay, now, do you have a Christmas tree die, like a bigger Christmas tree die? So the Merriest Trees dies from the mini catalog is, I cut out this tree from this Designer Series paper. This is the A Walk in the Forest paper. And it actually has this color in it that is the one I used. I think that's the right color. Well, we're going to make it work. Anyway, so I cut this out with my die. Easy peasy. You don't have to do any, coloring. Okay, so I have that. So I'm going to put a few dimensionals on the back of this. I have some dimensionals left over here. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. Okay, so I have that. That's ready to go. Now I need a greeting. I have my Brightest Glow stamp set, which is my favorite stamp set from the annual catalog, and I love Merry Christmas. Okay, so what I want to do, and I think I've done this before, is I want to do some embossing with that. And so I am going to combine all these and get rid of them. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to use cherry cobbler because I want something to pop with all these greens. So I'm going to use cherry cobbler, but first I'm going to make this like a craft pad. Remember back in the day when we had craft pads? Well, we don't have them anymore except for white. So what I want to do is I want to stamp Merry Christmas, and then I want to clear emboss it. Okay, so this is that other technique I told you I was going to do. So here's what you do. You ink it up a lot with your Versamark pad. Okay, get it really inked up. Okay, get your clear powder ready and your heat gun ready. Okay, and then pick up some red. I'm using cherry cobbler. It will not hurt your pad. Okay. And that turns it into, because you used Versamark, it turns it into a craft pad. Okay, so I keep my powder in this because I use it a lot. So I have my little spoon and I just powder this. Okay, so that's going to make it nice and shiny. Okay, bring my heat tool over. Put it on 2 because this is your heating cardstock, not vellum. So you're going to put it on number 2. And you're just going to let it get hot, and then you're going to heat this until it melts. And what's going to happen is Merry Christmas is going to get nice and shiny. Because you used Versamark, the clear powder stuck. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it's nice and shiny and raised up. Okay, don't overheat it. Just let it cool for a second. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's nice and shiny now. So cute. Okay. Then I have something on my fingernail. Oh. Now we are going to punch this out. And the punch I'm going to use is Heartfelt Hexagon flip it upside down. Ooh, it's tight, but it'll work. Okay, so I have Merry Christmas now. My space is a mess. Okay, so now I have this and I have this. So I have to decide, do I want to pop this up also? And I think I do. I think I'm going to use my dimensionals and pop up Merry Christmas. Using up these last bit of dimensionals, which I love doing. Yay. I think that's my fingernail that cracked. Yes, it is. Lovely. Seems like anytime I trim my nails, then they get susceptible to cracks for some reason. Okay, so I have to decide how I want to make this work. I want to put the tree here. Ooh, that looks pretty cute right there. I want to cover up all my cuteness, but okay. And I need to bring in a little more red somehow. Okay. So I have these dots, but I was going to use these, but they're gold. I was going to use the gold, and I think I need something red. Red, red, red. I don't need anything gold. I have these. These are Granny Apple, Melon Mambo, and Poppy Parade. No, that won't work either. Okay. Hang on. I'm going to bring over my whole thing of different embellishments. I'm looking for something gold, not red. And look, I think this is it. Poof! Hidden underneath all the other colors is red. I don't know why they hide them, but they do. Okay, so I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to pull up some of these red dots. I'm going to use a lot of them, I think. More than just 3. Put one down here. I'll put one over here. I'm going to use, can you see? I hope you're not out of screen. There. 4, 5. What do you think? 2 more. I know. I'm going crazy today. And 1 on the tree. Okay, so I used 7. Okay, so there's our card today. So give this technique a try. I don't even know what it's called. Shipping tape technique. But it's very unique, right? Something different. So I hope you enjoyed this today, and thanks for watching. And I will be back on Tuesday with another video. My name's Trevis Bossler, and thanks for watching.